Welcome DMs and Dungeon Divers. So today we're going to talk about, well, actually we're going to talk about fighting with two weapons. Two weapon style fighting, who can do it, what classes are allowed to do it, are we doing it right, or are we doing it wrong? Let's find out. Come on in and sit for a spell. I'm Jimmy Lee and this is Ability Check. Roll it. So D&D is a game that's put out by Wizards of the Coast. So let's get to what we're going to talk about. So we're going to find out who can actually do this. All right, one in each hand, and how it works. Who, like I said, is it restricted to class or whatever? And the way we do this is we look at page 195 of the basic, not basic rules, 195 in the Player's Handbook and page 77 in the basic rules. And the basic rules you can download from the Wizards of the Coast website. There's a link below. All right, here's one thing it says. If you take the attack action, and you use a light weapon in your main hand, and you attack, as a bonus, during a bonus action, you can actually attack with your offhand. Now the rules for attack are the same as with your on hand. You roll a d20, you add your ability modifier, and you can add your proficiency bonus if you're proficient in that weapon. Okay? However, for damage on your offhand attack, you can only use the damage that the weapon itself applies. You cannot add your ability modifier to it. Okay? It also states that if it has the thrown property, you can actually throw it. Pretty cool. So if you have a dagger in your main hand and a dagger in your offhand, as an attack action, you can throw that dagger. As a bonus action, you can throw the other dagger. That is, right? And here's the thing in there. It does not say that only fighter types can do this. In other words, any class can do this. The only problem you have to watch out is if you're going to use a bonus action to cast a spell or do anything else like that, you cannot do an attack with that bonus action. You get one bonus action per round. So you have to mitigate which you're going to actually do during that round. Now, here's something I'm going to say. Rogues, if you don't have an extra dagger in your hand, then whoa, I would be doing it, because here's the thing is, if you're attacking your opponent and you have one of your friends that are 5 feet to your opponent, you get to apply on your damage, you get to apply your sneak attack. Well, if you missed your main attack and you did a bonus action attack and you actually hit, you can apply your sneak attack damage to that bonus action attack. Okay, there you go. So that gives you an extra chance. But remember, you can't do a cunning action or anything else like this that takes a bonus to do if you're going to do that extra attack there. All right, like I said, anybody can do it. So with this rule, there's always an exception. And here we go. Fighters and Rangers. They have fighting style, and if you look in the Player's Handbook, it's going to tell you what styles are allowed. A fighting style for a ranger and a fighter is two weapon fighting. All right, fighters get it at first level, rangers get it at second level, and once you take that, you can use a light weapon in one hand and a light weapon in your offhand. But with this style, it allows you to add your ability modifier to your damage of your offhand. Pretty cool, right? So, but that's the only time that's going to be allowed. Okay, there is an exception to that, and it's a feat on page 165 in the Player's Handbook, and it's called Dual Wielder. And you gotta check with your DM, because some DMs don't like to use. Remember, feats are an optional, and if the DM allows it, then talk to him about, actually, even if it allows feats, actually talk to him about which feats you want to take. Pretty good, because some feats DMs probably won't, some they probably won't, or think it's useless and don't want you to have it. I don't know. That's up to the DM. And me as a DM, if I'm allowing feats, Dual Wielder is one that I will allow. So let's talk about the feat itself. The first thing it does is it lets you, if you have a weapon in each hand, it gives you a +1 on your AC. Now, that's a good thing, because when you're wielding two different weapons and you're a fighter or a ranger or something like this, you give up your shield, which gives you a +2 to your AC, to have these two weapons in your hand. Right? So they give you one back, which is good. Number two, it doesn't need to have the light property on it, on either weapon, as long as it can be handled by one hand. That means longsword, short sword, that's still light, but it doesn't matter. Warhammer, battle axe, as long as it has, you can use it with one hand. That's pretty cool. Another thing too is that it allows you to actually draw and storm away on your free action. There's a list of the things that you can do in the free action, and one of them is that you can only draw one weapon, but with this feat it allows you to do both. Pretty cool there. Now, let me know if I'm wrong on this, because the way I'm reading it and everything like this still does not allow you to, if you're not a fighter and you don't have two weapon fighting, it doesn't say it allows you to add your ability modifier to the damage of your off weapon. So I'm assuming you actually have to have the two weapon fighting style to actually do that. It's not there, so rules as written, I'm going to say no unless you have the two weapon fighting style. But however, if you're a war cleric, it's still a pretty good deal to me. Unless you'll be casting bonus action spells, which you actually probably should be doing. So remember to hit that subscribe, that like, and that bell so you don't miss anything. And please leave a comment if you don't disagree with what I say. Please leave it down below. I do read them, and I might be learning something from it. I'm not infallible. No one is. But however, just leave a comment down below whether you liked it or you didn't like it, and why. If you didn't like it, I really want to know why, because I might agree with you on that. But anyway, remember, be safe. Play safe. I'm Jimmy Lee, and this is Ability Check. Y'all come back now, you hear? Roll it.